So who the heck is this Welgo guy? Alright, so One Piece 672, we find out the identity of this person, but it's nobody that we knew, which I'm a little bit shocked. I thought it would be somebody like, everyone was predicting so many different things. I even got a buggy prediction, which kind of made me laugh or whatnot. But we got a guy named Welgo, and it's somebody that Law knows from the past, but he is actually running on orders from somebody else who we don't know, which might be somebody that we know. I know it sounds confusing. He's running off orders from somebody that we don't know who it is, but we might know who it is. But yeah, this Welgo guy, he has to be a beast because he brought Law to his knees, and he just seems like pretty badass, to be honest with you. Like when Law is talking to him, since Law didn't pronounce him as like Sir whatever, he kicked him and he just had Law on the floor and he knocks him unconscious. And I'm really just interested, who is Welgo? What connections does he have to who it is? And I'm just like, oh man, more mystery added. I thought after this little hiatus we got from One Piece that we would get the answers, but apparently we didn't, which is cool because it seems as though it's building on a whole different scale of who is in charge of all this craziness. And also the guy that's in charge of everything snuck Monet in, so Monet is actually not really on Caesar's side. She's on whoever this mystery guy that got Welgo following him his orders, which that means the mystery guy is way stronger. Welgo could take Law to his knees, then who knows how strong this mystery guy is. Interesting stuff. Really want to know who Welgo is soon. Hopefully Oda reveals little by little who Welgo is and what is this whole big scheme going on behind the scenes. With Luffy, everybody is knocked out apparently, and Caesar's talking all hype. Like, Caesar is giving me the same vibe that Horty from Fishman Island gave me, not in the weak sense, but in the sense of I want to see him getting knocked out, because he is talking like he could talk the talk and whatnot, and we saw Luffy knocking him around in the last chapter, so I'm like, what's going on? How is he getting all these people knocked out? It must be like sleeping gas again or something that he used on Zoro, and then last time he was like, oh, the Yetis couldn't do it, but I did. Like, get out of here, Caesar. You don't look that tough. Get out of here. And then we also get, I guess the most important part of the chapter was Zoro and the rest of the clan. They, trying to get the torso for the samurai guy. And by the way, I think that the samurai guy, and don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure of this based on everything we've seen, he's going to be the next Nakama. I'm pretty sure. One of the only things is that his name, and I don't remember it, but I do remember that it was like some type of Japanese name, is kind of weird because for the most part, almost every Straw Hat since, I forget which one it was, but have had English names like, Nico, Robin, Tony, Chopper, Frankie, Brooke, so, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe there's going to be like 15 Nakama at the end of this whole thing, or maybe he's going to have 20 Nakama, but I'm definitely seeing him becoming a Nakama because of what happened in this chapter. First of all, he is very impressive. Like, I think he, like, swiped away an explosion and whatnot, which is crazy, him swiping away fire and whatnot, and he was so beast at what he did after he became, whole again, that he impressed Zoro, and Zoro's like, yo, I'm going to help you at the end of the chapter. For him to impress Zoro enough for Zoro to say, I'm going to help you, that's kind of, crazy, because Zoro isn't the type of guy that'll be easily impressed. He'll just stand there like, yeah, but for him to get actually impressed of what this guy did, everyone was like, yo, how did he do that? And he was like explaining his powers and whatnot. I really think this is the next Nakama. By the way, let me know, do you think that this guy is the next Nakama after this chapter? Based on everything, he has the weirdness to him, the goofiness to him, the power to him. Everything kind of adds up that he will be the next Nakama. And I don't think, like, even though Luffy said in the beginning when they asked him, it was like literally episode 1 or, the first part of the manga, very early on, that he's going to have 10 crewmates, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get anywhere from 15 to 20 towards the end of this. I don't see it just being 10. Overall, decent chapter. I liked a couple different parts of it. Some of my favorite parts for me personally was the Law stuff, like this Welgo guy. Who is he, and how is he strong enough to get Law to his knees and just like ruthless? And if he's this strong, then who is the guy that's in charge of all this? A lot of questions being presented. Hopefully we get some answers soon. Wonder what's going to happen, because everybody's getting chained up. Anybody that has powers is getting the special chain so that they can't use their powers. It's going to be intense. I'm looking forward to getting some of these answers, because a lot of questions are presenting themselves. And overall, the ending with the whole Zoro thing was kind of interesting, because like this guy is looking like a pretty impressive guy, the samurai guy, and I just want to see where it goes from here, to be honest with you. Let me know what you thought of the chapter. Do you think that it was interesting? Do you think that this guy is going to be, the samurai guy, the next Nakama? And who do you think is in charge of this Welgo guy and all this craziness with sneaking Monet in there to Caesar's blab and whatnot. What does this all mean? Let me know in the comment section below. Video response. I'm excited. Wish we would have got a little bit more answers after this 2-week hiatus, but Oda does what he does, and this is the way he paces the story, and I'm not gonna complain about that because at the end of the day, you gotta respect the author more than anything. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.